Once upon a time in the bustling town of Goboland, there lived a mischievous goblin named Gobo. Gobo was known far and wide for his adventurous spirit and knack for getting into trouble. One sunny afternoon, Gobo decided it would be a brilliant idea to play a prank on his friends Nano and Giga, the cleverest goblins in the village. Gobo sneaked up behind Nano and Giga while they were deep in thought, tinkering with their latest invention, a potion that could make things float. With a mischievous grin, Gobo added a pinch of itching powder to their potion and dashed away, stifling his giggles. Nano and Giga, unsuspecting of Gobo's prank, continued their work on the potion. But when they tested it later that day, instead of making things float peacefully, the potion caused everything to bounce around wildly, creating chaos in the village square. The villagers were furious, and Nano and Giga were baffled. It didn't take long for Nano and Giga to discover Gobo's prank. They were furious that Gobo had ruined their hard work, and embarrassed them in front of the entire village. They confronted Gobo, who initially tried to deny it, but soon realized there was no escaping their anger. Nano and Giga, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go wrong, Gobo pleaded, but Nano and Giga were not in the mood to forgive. You've gone too far this time, Gobo.
And we're not the only ones upset with you.
Indeed, news of Gobo's prank had reached his parents and grandparents, who were waiting for him at home with grim expressions. They scolded him harshly and decided that Gobo needed to be taught a lesson.
Gobo, you are grounded forever,
his parents declared, their voices echoing through the goblin house. Gobo felt a sinking feeling in his stomach. Being grounded forever meant no more adventures, no more fun with friends, just endless chores and lectures. As if that weren't enough, Nano and Giga decided to unfriend Gobo, cutting off all ties with him. Gobo was devastated. He had lost his best friends and had no one to turn to. Days turned into weeks, and Gobo's punishment seemed to only get worse. His parents' disappointment lingered, and they yelled at him often. After Gobo's prolonged punishment and the isolation from his friends, his relationship with his family deteriorated further. His parents' disappointment turned into resentment, and they became increasingly harsh with him. One stormy night, they reached their breaking point. Gobo, you're nothing but trouble. I've had enough of you.
You're a disgrace to this family.
With those words, they decided they couldn't bear to have Gobo around anymore. They drove him to the deserted supermarket at 10 p.m., knowing it would be locked up for the night. The rain poured heavily as they left him standing alone, in the darkness, feeling abandoned and terrified. As the clock struck 11 p.m., strange noises echoed through the empty aisles of the supermarket. Gobo's heart raced as he realized he wasn't alone. The monsters from the depths of the forest had followed him, drawn by his fear and loneliness. The lights flickered and then went out completely, plunging Gobo into darkness. In a moment of panic, Gobo tried to escape, but he tripped and fell,